Oh, Lord. Morning, Judge.
Good morning. How are you doing, Miss Helen?
Doing great, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Taylor.
Morning, Judge.
Hey, good morning, Judge Morrow. Are we ready to start?
Yes, I'm ready whenever you all are. Good morning. I didn't see anyone in courtroom two, so I didn't know if you were there or not, but whenever you all are ready, we're ready.
Okay, we're gonna start with, this is actually Timothy, Rutledge. Let me see what, I'm not sure what. He's not able to stand,
Mr. Rutledge is position 35.
Thank you, Miss Helen.
he's gonna stand from where he's at, Judge, due to quarantine.
Oh, okay. And this is going to be a non-negotiated plea.
Judge, I just want to make sure that's Mr. Rutledge. He's really far away, and I just want to verify that that's Mr. Rutledge today because 35 is a negotiated plea or a non-negotiated plea.
Can you hear me, Mr. Rutledge?
Yeah,
Okay.
Good morning, sir. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Rutledge. Let's see, since this is a non-negotiated plea.
I apologize, Judge. I just pre-tried with that solicitor for position 35. They're willing to suspend the probation after completion of the conditions. So I just received that information. This is a negotiated plea. Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Good morning, Ms. King.
Move your, Mac all the way up.
My apologies. Good morning, Your Honor.
Was there a question, courtroom? Okay, was there a question in courtroom two?
No, Judge, you can continue.
Okay, thank you. Ms. King.
I'm sorry, you said this probation is suspended. That was got you. So the terms are 12 months to serve 11 days, credit for time served 11 days with the balance suspended. And a 6-week anger management. Did he tell you anything about the anger management, Attorney Howard?
Yes, it's 6 anger management classes.
Got you. So it's balance suspended, 6 anger management classes, Your Honor.
So how is he gonna do the anger management if the balance is suspended?
Judge, we're asking that the balance be suspended once he completes the 6 anger management
Okay.
classes.
All right, so actually the balance is gonna be probated and I'm going to terminate the probation once he completes the 6 weeks of anger management and I'll waive the fees for him while he's on probation. Okay, is that agreeable to everyone?
Yes, Your Honor.
And he's pleading guilty to both simple battery and criminal trespass, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything further, Ms. Helen?
No, Judge.
Mr. Rutledge, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 0048885J, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery and criminal trespass, is that correct? Can you hear me, Mr. Rutledge? Oh, I'm sorry, you're on mute, courtroom two.
I'm sorry about that, Judge. Go ahead, Mr. Rutledge.
No problem. You wish to plead guilty to simple battery and criminal trespass, is that correct, Mr. Rutledge?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept your plea as negotiated, Mr. Rutledge. 12 months to serve, 11 days, credit for time served, 11 days, balance probated, a 6-week anger management,
Mask up,
No,
Rutledge.
excuse me.
Okay,
six-
you gotta keep your mask up, if you're not sitting out.
6 weeks of anger management. I'm going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation. And once you complete the 6 weeks of anger management, the probation will terminate, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Rutledge.
Thank you, Judge.
Next, we got 36, Mr. Smith.
And
Position-
position 36 is going to be a bond hearing, Your Honor.
And then arraignment.
Yes, Judge.
And if we have the bond, Ms. Lewis can go ahead and get that one.
What position?
36. Good morning, Mr. Smith. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can put your hand down, Mr. Smith. You've been charged in case 22 CR 002639F with battery against a female who is pregnant. This charge carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and/or $1,000 fine. Do you waive formal reading of the accusation?
I do, Your Honor.
How do you plead to this charge, Mr. Smith? Guilty or not guilty?
Is there any way I can speak to my attorney?
Looks like I'll have to give him a call, Judge, if 6 North has a phone or, or we can address him at the end of the calendar, Judge.
Hold on.
I'm sure that 6 North wants to get their people cleared out. So if we can, Ms. Helen needs to speak with Mr. Smith at 6 North. So if we can go to one of Mr. Finley's cases, those will be positions 1 through 19. So I don't know if we can go to courtroom 2 or.
Yeah, Your Honor, we're gonna go to courtroom 2 because these are the COVID.
Okay, all right. So who do we have?
We have position number 2, Allen.
Okay, and what's the announcement, Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge, this is going to be a negotiated plea.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Allen. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yeah.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Allen. Good morning, Mr. Segura.
Good morning, Your Honor. For this case, the recommended plea is 12 months to serve 42 days, credit for time served 21 days, balance probated, 6 weeks anger management, 40 hours of community service, a stay away from 3416 Ebb Circle, South Fulton, and a no further contact with Jakiri Sims. Jakiri spelled Jakari, Sims spelled Simms. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Finley.
Yes, Judge, that is our understanding of the offer. We would just ask that once Mr. Allen completes that anger management and the community service, that the balance of his probation could be terminated, but if not inclined, Judge, then non-reporting.
It's non-reporting. Fine with you, Mr. Segura?
It is.
Okay, we'll make it non-reporting, Mr. Finley. Anything further?
Nothing further, Judge.
Mr. Allen, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 000648Y, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Oh,
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation? You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
yeah.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Allen. I'm going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And as soon as you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
All right.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Allen.
Position number 6, good morning, Your Honor, Ms. Shanita Blackwell.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And this is a negotiated plea, Mr. Finley.
Correct, Judge.
Good morning again, Ms. Blackwell. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me?
Okay, Judge, this is the one that I said that was a duplicate case. She already took a plea on this case.
Your Honor, I think doing a no pause in this case.
Thank you. I sent an email to the solicitors in advance to let them know.
Okay, thank you. Did you all hear that? So, Mrs. Segura, you'll be null processing this case. So if you'll get that to Ms. Lewis, we'll get it signed. So they're dismissing the case, Ms. Blackwell. You have a good day, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Next, we have position 18. Ms., please pronounce your name.
Chandler Echeverria.
Ms. Echeverria.
Good morning, Ms. Echeverria. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You can put your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. This is a negotiated plea, Mr. Finley.
That's correct, Judge.
Mr. Segura.
The recommended plea is 12 months to serve 44 days, credit for time served 22 days, balance suspended, and a stairway from 10870 Once Sun Drive, Johns Creek. Thank you.
And that is our understanding of the offer, Judge, of which we do agree.
It's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty in case 21 CR 004381A, the criminal trespass. Is that correct?
It is. Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Is anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
This meeting is being recorded.
And Judge, I hope I'm not interrupting. We are ready on position 36. This will be a negotiated plea.
Okay, so plea. Mr. Smith, you are still under oath. Is this your case, Ms. King?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
You can proceed.
The negotiated terms are 12 months to serve 196 days, credit for time served 98 days with the balance probated, an 8-week anger management class, no further contact, and a stay away. And it's no further contact with Latoya Kilpatrick, LATOYA, KILPATRICK, and a stay away from 955 North Central Avenue, apartment I-1 in Hapeville.
Yes, Your Honor, that is our understanding of the plea. We do accept that plea. This is a probated sentence, so we are asking for those probation fees to be waived, Your Honor. And we do stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID.
Okay. Is there requests regarding when probation, when the terms have been completed?
That once he completes those conditions, I believe it's the anger management, it can go non-reporting.
Okay, any objection to non-reporting?
No objection due to the time of amount of time he's already served.
Okay. Mr. Smith, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 002639F, you wish to plead guilty to battery against a female who is pregnant. Is that correct?
Correct, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Smith. I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And once you complete the terms, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Good luck to you, sir.
Position 30.
Well, Ms. Milton, I need to get this other COVID guy out of here. So
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Position number 20, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, that's a conflict attorney. I believe I submitted a request to Michael Jordan as well as Ms. Cook and Ms. Lewis. But position 20 is a conflict attorney.
Do we have anyone on to represent Mr. Gordon this morning? Mr. Jordan, are you with us?
You're on down, not you.
I'm here, Judge. I'll have to check. I don't think anyone was assigned to the cases, so I'll have to call around and see if anyone.
Okay, so if we don't get someone, what I'd like to do with him, since it's the time served, please put him on the calendar for Thursday. So that we can handle him at this point if we can't get someone today.
Your Honor, I gotta bring him back to the zone. I can't put him in the tank with anyone else.
Okay, so why don't we just do this? Why don't we just bring him back on Thursday? We'll reset him for 8/11. Okay, is that good with you, courtroom too?
That's good with me. It's up to you, Your Honor.
No, I understand, but I want everybody to be safe.
He just said okay too. He just said okay.
Okay, all right, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
And it'll be a medical, well, it'll be reset until Thursday. All right, we're gonna go to South Annex.
Position 30, Ms. Mims.
Good morning, Ms. Mims. I'm Judge
Good
Aaron. Good morning. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. This is a non-negotiated plea, Ms. Helen.
Correct, Judge.
Mr. Howard, are you with me? Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
Total. No, 29 total. Hold on. That probation violation out of Cobb County from March of this year. Battery DV, 2 counts from March of this year out of DeKalb County. Another probation violation, felony, December 2021. Battery trespass out of DeKalb County, June 2021. Another June arrest, 2021 for battery DV. Probation violations.
You're good, Mr. Howard. Ms. Helen, I am not going to allow a no-low, and I'm going to require the FVIP.
So, Ms. Mims, have you heard what the judge just asked?
What was that?
He heard your history. He's not willing to allow you not to do the family violence intervention program, which is 6 months. Remember, we talked about that?
Uh-huh.
He's also not willing to grant the NOLO, so you will have to plead guilty if you accept this. They're not allowing you to use the NOLO for this guilty plea.
Okay, can I ask the question? When I tried to do the bond, when it came back, I've been locked up the whole time and I didn't get to go to court. So when I try to do the bond is double. So I wanted to ask if I still can do the bond, there's something you can do about the bond, because the bond income it's double at the bond income. Like I see they see the charges, but because it was a failure to appear, they didn't put it back in the system. I was told that it would go back off because I put in my paperwork. I showed my paperwork while I've been in. I was in.
Ms. Mims, if we need to do a sidebar so we can talk, if you want a bond hearing, we can talk about that. Okay.
Okay. I was okay.
So Judge, can I give South Annex a call, Judge?
Yes, that's fine, Ms. Helen.
Thank you, Judge.
This was a failure to appear.
Yeah, she FTA on May the 23rd or 22 in front of Judge, Richardson. But she failed to appear twice. She failed to appear the first one of April the 14th to 21, and 5 to 23, 22, both plea and arraignment hearings. And then she was on the SAP, and she was arraigned already for a negotiated plea, and it was reset for jail jury. And the case went back. She was on the July 7th SAP. Now she's back here on the SAP. So she already been arraigned.
Okay, thank you.
And it supposed to have been reset for a jail jury, but it came back to us. I guess she wanted to.
And courtroom 2, whenever you get situated and ready, we can take any of Mr. Finley's cases, positions 1 through 19.
For add-on number 1. Attorney James. I see one.
What's the attorney?
Your Honor, whenever you're ready, this is position number 7, Mr. Boyd.
Jasmine, sorry, that's Attorney Jasmine.
Okay, thank you.
Position.
Yeah, position 7.
And Judge, this is just going to be an arraignment.
Good morning, Mr. Boyce. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Continue.
Is that a yes?
That's a yes.
Okay, thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I'll tell you what you need to hear.
Is that a yes?
I'll tell you what you need to hear. I swear.
Number 7.
Mr. Boyce, if you could just,
Excuse
the
me.
judge asks you a question that needs a yes or no, if you could just give one of those answers,
I'm
please.
sorry, Judge. His case, he accepted to be in the MC court, and he's scheduled to be before Judge Court on Thursday, August 11th.
We'll be there.
Okay, did you hear that, Mr. Finley?
I heard.
I couldn't really hear, Judge. Could you repeat that, please?
Apparently, he's set to be in competency calendar court. No,
MC.
Mental health. Mental health court on the 11th.
Okay,
Okay, so we'll just have him go there, okay?
understood. Thank you,
All
Judge.
right. All right, who do we have next?
Number 22, Mr. Harris.
Thank you.
I'm still speaking with Ms. Mims and South Annex Judge, and 20 through 40 are mine.
Okay, do we have the add-on calendar, position 1, Eric Ferguson? Courtroom
He's gonna
2.
be- No, he's gonna be my next stop.
Oh, okay, he'll be your next stop. All right, I know that there's a private attorney on that one, so I wanted to get that one completed. Okay, so
Yes,
So-
good morning, Judge. It's Ms. Brown Melcher on behalf of Scott Smith for Mr. Ferguson this morning.
good morning, Ms. Brown Melcher. We'll get to you as quickly as we can, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. So who do we have next? 5 North or courtroom 2?
Amir Brown,
And do we know what position that is?
Position number 8.
Okay, position 8.
And Judge, this is just going to be an arraignment.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Brown. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
you gotta answer up.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I affirm.
That's fine, sir. You can put your hand down. Mr. Brown, you've been charged in case 20C0V000173 with theft by taking and obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Each of these charges carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and/or $1,000 fine. Do you waive formal reading of the accusation, Mr. Finley?
I do, Judge.
How do you plead to these charges, Mr. Brown? Guilty or not guilty? Was that a not guilty?
Yes, sir.
We will record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge, and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Good luck to you, sir.
Next, we have position 19, Felton.
It's a negotiated plea, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Mr. Felton. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. Felton? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
So that's my ability.
You can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Mr. Segura?
And the recommended plea is 12 months to serve 32 days, credit for time served 16 days, balance probated, 6 weeks anger management, no further contact with Demetrius Deham. Demetrius spelled D-E-M-E-T-R-I-U-S. Deham spelled D-E-H-A-M. And a stairway for the instant location, which is the Voter Registers building located at 141 Ohio Street, Atlanta, unless it's for official business. Thank you.
Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge, that is our understanding of the offer. We would just ask that probation fees could be waived for Mr. Felton, and also once he completes the condition of the anger management, if the balance of his probation could either be terminated or non-reporting, Judge.
Any objection to non-reporting, Mr. Segura?
No objection.
Mr. Felton, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 004874H, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
I'm going to continue with Mrs. Zach.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Is anybody forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I will accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Felton. I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And once you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Felton.
And Judge, we're ready on position 30.
All right. And what are we doing with position 30?
Judge, that's going to be arraignment and a bond hearing.
All right, so as far as the bond hearing goes, it's my understanding, Ms. Helen, that he has 2 FTAs and that Judge Richardson was the judge that issued that. As you know, my practice is to, if there's a failure to appear, that'll go back to the division judge for them to handle the bond. Okay, so this will be handled in that manner this morning, and I will go ahead and arraign him. Okay.
Understood, Judge.
Her, Ms. Mims. Can you raise your right hand for me, Ms. Mims? Oh, did I arraign her already?
You bring on the SAP on July the 7th.
Okay, it's my understanding that she has already been arraigned in this case, Ms. Helen. All
And so,
right.
Ms. Mims, I need you to understand what the judge just stated. You have 2 FTAs with Judge Richardson. He's sending this case back to Judge Richardson to then address the FTAs. He's not going to address them in this court today.
Okay. Okay, let's.
Wait, Ms. Mims, before you try to talk to me in open court, if you need to get on the phone to speak to me, we can do that.
Okay,
Do you need to get on the phone with me?
yeah.
Okay, Judge, I'm just going to give Ms. Mims a call.
All right, we have time, Ms. Helen. Who do we have next?
Yeah, position number 27, Mr. Knox.
Okay, I believe that's one of Ms.
Oh, I believe Mr. Knox is a conflict attorney, Judge, and I believe these conflict attorneys for these cases were requested by Ms. Cook or Lewis, but that was a conflict attorney for Knox.
And tell me the position again, I'm sorry.
This is
27.
27.
27.
Mr. Knox has several cases with attorney Dennis Murphy. I don't know if he's representing him on this individual case itself, but I know he represents him on his other cases.
Okay, so apparently Mr. Murphy's not with us this morning. The recommendation is 12 months to serve. So let's reschedule Mr. Knox until Thursday to see if Mr. Murphy can be with us. So Mr. Knox, your case will be rescheduled until 8/11. All
All right,
right,
next we got 22, Mr. Harris.
That is also a conflict attorney, Your Honor.
all right. So unfortunately, Mr. Harris, there's not a conflict attorney available this morning. As such, your case will have to be reset until Thursday, 8/11, sir. All right. We'll see you back on Thursday. Who do we have next? Ms. Helen, do you still need to call Ms. Mims?
Yep, still trying
Okay,
to.
why don't you go ahead and do that in courtroom 2, since Ms. Helen's not going to be with us. We'll need positions 1 through 19 if possible.
Good morning, Your Honor. I don't want to interrupt. I just wanted to let you know that I'm here for Mr. Kyle Puckett, position 31, whenever the court has a chance to address him.
Okay, very
She has all
good.
her paperwork filled out too.
Thank you, Ms. Allen. So also position 31.
What's the name for position 31?
That's Kyle Puckett.
Okay, no, I don't have him in courtroom 2.
Okay.
Come on, Mr. Harris, you switch. This is position 8, Mr. Harris. Come on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Can you tell me the position 8 is we've already handled, and I don't see Mr. Harris.
Oh, you know what?
Are you talking about position number 22 we just did? That's Harris, that's only, we have a John Harris 21.
This is
John Harris,
This is John Harris.
21.
Okay, that is Ms. Helen's case also.
Hey, Your Honor,
Yes.
can I say something?
I don't know who's speaking, so I'm not sure.
This is me.
Oh, okay. Hold on, Mr. Harris. No, don't say anything right now, sir. Let me get your attorney back on. She'll be with us in a moment, okay? So,
You said you wanted positions 1 through 19 done?
well, those are Mr. Finley's cases, and since Ms. Helen's on the phone with the South Annex, if we have anyone 1 through 19, or position 1 on the add-on calendar, but I think that's that.
I have I have Mr. Timothy Matthews, Peter Knight, Anthony Brown, and Juan Carlton.
I have Brown and Carlton.
Okay. Come on, Mr. Carlton, have a seat over there.
And Mr. Juan Carlton is position number 12. It's a non-negotiated plea, is that correct?
That's correct, Judge.
Here.
That's a non-negotiated plea with the stay away at issue.
All right, Mr. Segura.
In regards to the stairway, our main concerns is with the victim, Miss LaKendra Thomas. LaKendra spelled LaKendra, Thomas common spelling. Our main concern is that when she spoke to our office back on the C calendar, she said that she was leaving the apartment, but she also said that she needed time to get her things out. So our main question, well, most of the PD is if she really has left the apartment or not. Because the main concern is that if she's still in the process of collecting her items.
You already said that last.
Hey, Mr. Carlton, I'm going to speak for you, sir.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Finley.
Yes, Judge. As previously stated, that stay away is at issue. And it's at issue because that is Mr. Carlton's home. That is not Mrs. Thomas's home. Mr. Carlton lives there with a roommate. He pays rent, splits it with another roommate. He has no contact with Miss Thomas, doesn't plan on having any contact with Miss Thomas, and she is, from what I'm hearing, out of that apartment. And so that is his place and his residence, Judge.
Okay, so Mr. Finley, so can we have a one-time escort, police escort to go to the, 1224 DeFore Village? And if Miss Thomas is not there, he can stay there. If she is there, he obviously can't stay there. Will that satisfy your client?
That sounds like a good plan. Mr. Carlton, do you understand? They're just saying a police escort will go just to verify.
She told the court last court day that she was gone and she was safe and sound. I don't know if y'all heard her, but she said it in court last time she was in court. She said she was out of the house and she was safe. She said it in court.
Okay, Mr. Segura, has anyone from your office spoken with Miss Thomas since the C calendar?
In our case, we haven't.
All right, so out of an abundance of caution, Mr. Carlton, if the court is willing to entertain a one-time escort with law enforcement, and you can stay there if she's not there. If she is, then you necessarily would not be able to, okay?
Okay.
All right. And does that satisfy both the state and Mr. Finley?
Yes, it does, Judge. And I would just ask that additionally, the probation fees could be waived for Mr. Carlton, and also once he completes that community service and the family violence class of his probation can be non-reporting.
All right, so Mr. Segura, the one-time escort, does that satisfy the state?
It does.
All right, so now this becomes a negotiated plea, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, so
All right, for the record, I just state the recommendation.
okay, go ahead.
The definition is 12 months to serve 28 days, credit for time served 14 days, balance probated, FVIP, 40 hours of community service, a stay away from 1224 DeFore Village called Northwest Atlanta, by the condition of having one-time police escort to verify if the contract Thomas has left the apartment, and if she does, the defendant can return, and no further contact with LaKendra Thomas. Thank you.
Does that satisfy you, Mr. Finley?
Yes, it does, Judge.
Mr. Carlton, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 004929J, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery, family violence, and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Say that one more time.
Sure. You don't want a jury trial, do you?
No.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
All right, I'm going to accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Carlton. I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. But you'll be on probation for the entire 12 months. Anything further on Mr. Carlton? All right, good luck to you, sir.
Well, actually, did a PD stipulate to the facts and venue and ID? I didn't catch that.
We'll stipulate to the venue, ID, and factual basis.
All right, thank you. Very good. Good luck to you, Mr. Carlton.
I'm released.
31, Mr. Puckett.
Well, I,
Within 24 hours, Mr. Carlton.
And Judge, not to disrupt you, but we are already on position 30.
What are we gonna do with position 30,
Judge,
President?
we're asking for a one-time reset to this Thursday, the 11th, if there's room on that calendar.
I'm just gonna let y'all know that that calendar is pretty full and it's gonna be an add-on.
Understood.
Okay. So reset for Thursday.
This Thursday.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Ms. Ellen.
Ms. Mims, did you hear that? South Annex, I just want to make sure Ms. Mims heard that she's reset to Thursday.
Oh, yes, I heard you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, who do we have next?
31, Mr. Puckett.
Good morning, Mr. Puckett. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And what are we doing with Mr. Puckett this morning, Ms. Allen?
Your Honor, it's a negotiated plea. I handled it with the ASG in Judge Porter's courtroom, but she's not here today, so I don't know who will be handling it on her behalf.
It would be me, Your Honor. Let me check my email. I see it. Okay, I see it. I'm ready to proceed, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead, Ms. King.
The negotiated terms are time served and no further no further violent contact with Kristen Lee, Kristen, last name L-E. And it will be no crossing the simple battery family violence.
And so that's 12 months to serve 6 days, credit for time served 3 days.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Allen?
Yes, Your Honor, we're just asking that the court accept the plea today. Mr. Chuck Puckett has currently been in jail for 176 days on charges pending in Superior Court of Fulton County. And we're just asking to accept the plea so that he could go about and handle the rest of his business.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Puckett. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Mr. Puckett, you have been charged in case 19 CR 003816B with battery family violence. It's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to that charge. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Puckett. I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet, but you're going to have to be on probation for the entire 12 months, okay?
Excuse me, Your Honor. Maybe I was mistaken.
Oh,
I
I'm
thought
so-
that the balance would be suspended.
So I'm sorry.
We're on position 31, Judge.
Yes, my calendar says that there's an FVIP. Is that?
So this case was negotiated with a different ASG in Judge Porter's courtroom, and the negotiated terms do not include the FVIP. that
Okay,
would be
all
initially
right.
offered.
So balance probated and the no further contact.
Violent contact, no further violent contact. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you, Mr. Puckett.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be dismissed?
Yes, have a good day.
Position 9, Mr. Brown.
I can't hear you.
This balance suspended, no further contact with the victim.
Yes.
This is position 9, Mr. Brown.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Mr. Brown. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, sir? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Brown. It's the negotiated plea, Mr. Finley.
That's correct, Judge.
All right, Mr. Segura.
The recommended plea is 12 months to serve 88 days, credit for time served 44 days, balance probated, FVEP 40 hours of community service, stay away from 2775 Kayla Court, South Fulton, and no further contact with Katina Crawford. Katina spelled Katina, Crawford, common spelling. Thank you.
Mr. Finley?
Judge, that is our understanding of the offer, of which we do agree. And we would just ask that the probation fees be waived and that once he completes the FFIP and the community service, if he could be non-reporting.
Any objection to non-reporting, Mr. Segura?
No objection.
Mr. Brown, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 003179E, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery, family violence, and hindering a person making an emergency telephone call. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept your plea as negotiated, Mr. Brown. I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you complete the terms, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Good luck to you, Mr. Brown.
Position 15, Cosby.
This is also a negotiated plea, Mr. Finley. Go on mute, Mr. Finley.
I apologize. That's correct, Judge.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Cosby. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. Cosby? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Cosby. Mr. Segura?
The recommended plea is 12 months to serve 26 days, credit for time served 18 days, balance probated in ADET, and a stay away from Malta located at Doherty, Alabama Street, Southwest Atlanta.
Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge. That is our understanding of the offer, of which we do agree. I would just ask that once he completes the ADET, that his balance of probation could be suspended at that time.
All right. Any objection to termination, Mr. Segura?
No objection.
Mr. Cosby, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 004851F, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, and public drunk. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Cosby. I am going to waive the fees for you while you're on probation, and once you complete the terms, the probation is going to terminate, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck to you, sir.
Position 24, Jones.
That is also, yeah.
It's a conflict attorney. Again, we do not have a conflict attorney available this morning, Mr. Jones. As such, your case will be reset until Thursday to have your attorney present with us, okay?
Position 26, Knight.
And this is a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Knight. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you can put your hand down, sir. Thank you. Ms. King?
Yes, Your Honor, this would be a global resolution with case number 19 CR 005926Y. These sentences will be run concurrently. It's 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served 15 days with the balance probated, a $1,000 fine, ADET, risk reduction, 2 VIPs, 240 hours of community service, no driving, an additional 12 months of probation to be served consecutively. And the failure to maintain lane is a $130 fine. The no tag or decal is a $130 fine, and the reckless driving will be no pros.
Okay.
Yes,
so-
Judge.
Hold on, just one moment, Ms. Helen. I just want to make sure that I'm clear. The 926Y case, what are those charges?
It is DUI, driving under the influence of drugs, and drugs not in original container.
Okay, and the 599Y, that's DUI less safe.
No tag, no decal, reckless driving, and failure to maintain lane.
Okay, and the reckless driving is being null prost.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. King. Ms. Helen?
Yes, Judge, that is our understanding of that global resolution plea. We do stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID. This is a probated sentence, so we're just asking for those probation fees to be waived.
Okay. Mr. Knight, it's my understanding that in case 17 CR 018599Y, you wish to plead guilty to driving under the influence of alcohol less safe, no tag or decal, and failure to maintain lane. And that in case 19 CR 005926Y, you wish to plead guilty to driving under the influence of drugs and drugs not in original container. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation. You're going to have to be on probation for the entire time, but I'll waive the fees for you. Good luck to you, Mr. Knight.
May I say something, sir?
Ms. Helen?
Anything you say in open court, Mr. Knight, will be held against you. So if it's a procedural question or a legal question, you can ask me.
It's just about my bond for the abuse charge.
Oh, Judge, he just wants to know, he has another hold. If pretrial or the state could let him know what the total bond is for that other hold in this case. Not for this case, but he's questioning the bond for another case, Judge.
Sir, altogether, I've been incarcerated for 11 months now for the abuse charge. And I have been out on a signature bond since April of last year. I have had no violations of my bond whatsoever. The only reason I'm in custody right now is because I turned myself in because I was informed of this.
Oh, Mr. Knight, this is a state court judge. He cannot address any felony bond. Are you asking this judge to address your felony bond?
Yes, ma'am.
This judge will not address any bond that's not in this court, okay? This is state court for misdemeanors. He will not be addressing any felony bonds, okay? I think we discussed that when I came and spoke to you.
Okay, you'll have to go back to Superior Court for that, Mr. Knight. And Ms. Helen, if you can, I don't know if you represent him or if somebody else represents him in that matter, but he'll.
To speak.
Right, all right, so good luck to you, Mr. Knight.
All right, thank you.
Position 29, Matthews.
It's a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Matthews. I am Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You can put your hand down. Thank you. Ms. King?
Yes, Your Honor. For the DUI charge, it's 12 months to serve 22 days, credit for time served 11 days, with the balance probated, a $300 fine, ADET, risk reduction, VIP, and 40 hours of community service. For the driving while license suspended, it's a $650 fine, and the failure to obey traffic signs is a $130 fine.
And Judge, we are just asking if Mr. Matthews be allowed to use his NOLO for this plea here.
Let's see, Mr. Howard, are you with me? This is position 29, Mr. Matthews. Did he have a history?
Hold on, let me look. Got FTAs, got trespass conviction from 2020 out of Holly Springs. Got another trespass conviction, 2020 out of Cherokee County. DUI suspended license 2019. Possession of a firearm by convicted felon. It was not prosecuted.
The DUI, was that a conviction?
It doesn't say.
Is that the current case we're looking at?
This is out of Cherokee. Hold on.
Your Honor, I see a DUI that was amended to a reckless from 2012. I don't know if that's what P-Trial sees or if it's a different transaction he's seeing. Excuse me, not transaction, charge.
I'm scrolling. No, that's it, because this is 2003 I'm in now, Cherokee County. And it's for drugs. That's it.
Okay, so the 2019 that you mentioned, is that this case that we're here today for?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay, all right.
I'm not sure.
I'll allow him to use the NOLO, Ms. Helen.
All right, Mr. Matthews, did you hear that? You'll be entering your NOLO plea for this.
The state would just like to put on the record that we're objecting to the NOLO in this case.
Okay, thank you, Ms. King. Anything further, Ms. Helen?
No, Judge.
Mr. Matthews, it's my understanding that in case 20 CR 002436H, you wish to plead NOLO to driving under the influence of drugs, failure to obey traffic sign or signal and markings, and driving while your license was suspended or revoked. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading NOLO to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Is anyone forced or coerced you to plead NOLO?
No, sir.
I'll accept the NOLO plea with the terms as negotiated. I'm going to waive the fees for you while you're on probation, but you're going to have to be on probation for the entire 12 months.
Yes,
Good luck to you, Mr. Matthews.
sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Come on, Harris. Position 21, Harris.
There's an update. This is negotiated. I contact Attorney Walker. This, after he completes the conditions, it'll be suspended.
So 12 months to serve 11 days, credit for time served 11 days, balance probated with a ADET and a stay away. And once he completes the ADET, the probation will terminate. Is that?
That's correct, Judge.
Ms. King?
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor. And the stayaways from the 5 Points, MARTA Station, 80 Alabama Street.
Position over there.
Position 21, Mr. Harris. Anything further, Ms. King?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Ms. Helen?
No, Mr. Harris just wants me to let the court know he's in a program that will give him the services of the ADET. He just wants to let the court know that he's already in that program. And so once he's released, he will head straight there to get the ADET done.
Okay, very good. Good morning, Mr. Harris. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down, Mr. Harris. You've been charged in case 22 CR 004877F with criminal trespass, public drunk, and obstruction of a law enforcement officer. It's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to these charges. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anybody forced you or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Harris. I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation, and as soon as you complete the terms, it's going to terminate, okay?
This is what I want to add. I'm already, she said, drug and alcohol evaluation. I'm already in it. I mean,
Okay, yes, Miss Helen explained that to me.
so what will I have to do to get out this probation? You see what I'm saying?
Turn in the proof after you get it done. Isn't that what we talked about, Mr. Harris?
Turn in the proof.
Yep, to probation, after you get the alcohol, drug evaluation and treatment done.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, I mean, this is a program where I'm gonna enter this program where they help me with drugs and all that. So when I get through with that, they turn it over to probation.
turn the proof over that you got the alcohol, drug evaluation done to probation, okay?
So the probation is 12 months, right?
Correct. But as soon as you turn in your alcohol, drug evaluation and treatment, it will then be suspended, okay?
Okay, I got you.
That was only changed to.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
No, that was it.
All right.
Okay, good luck to you, Mr. Harris.
All right, thank you, Ms. Harris.
Thank you.
All right.
Ms. Brown was supposed to be suspended.
We're completed here in courtroom 2, Judge.
Okay, thank you. I'll see you this afternoon.
All right, thank you. See you
And
later.
I just want to make sure that that Mr. Adams is going to be brought.
I have a couple people too.
Yeah, we have a number of other people. I take it that we're going somewhere else.
Okay.
So you finished with South Annex? You don't have any more females in South Annex, right?
I'm finished.
Okay.
So before you go, courtroom 2 and also South Annex, can we just make sure we still have the add-on calendar that we have not done. That consists of 2 people. Position number 1, we have not done. Position number 23, 22 and 23.
22. Hold on. You said position 1 and what else? 22 and
22, which needs a conflict attorney, 23.
Correct, that is Ms. Parker. That is a female. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Angela James, it said that she's in medical.
Oh, okay.
Position 28. Position 33 and 34.
y'all have a seat, have a seat.
And position 38, who needs a conflict attorney also. So we're gonna have to reset all the conflicts, but we do still have a number of people on the calendar that we haven't addressed.
Okay, I do have another officer going to different floors
Okay,
for position. I just looked up 38. 23, I would have to bring down, and then you said 33.
and 34. And both positions on the add-on calendar.
But I don't count. I think the one is
Well,
not.
I think I believe there was 3 people on the add-on calendar. Position 2 and 3 is 1 person. He's reset 1 week.
Okay, so
He doesn't.
So the only person I believe I have is just position 1 on the regular calendar.
And Judge, I have position 23, 28, 29, 33, 34.
And Your Honor, I have position 1 on the add-on calendar.
Who's the person on the add-on? What's the name?
Eric Ferguson.
Do you guys have his booking number for Eric Ferguson? I would have to look him up to see where he's at.
Yes, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
2210788.
And then 28. Okay, so for position 28, 33, 34, and 29, they're on other different floors. And we have another officer going to those floors as well.
Okay, thank you.
In position one, sorry, I don't mean to keep on asking, but position one,
Position 1. It's Adams, Dill.
yeah, it's position one on the regular calendar, Mr. Darrell Adams.
Yeah, he's also on another floor
Okay,
that an officer is doing.
got it. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I'll try to bring down position 23.
Okay, thank you.
Are you finished with South Annex, Your Honor?
Let's see, Miss Helen or Mr. Finley, do you all have any, have we completed?
Position 23 is at Rice Street at Medical, so no, I don't have anyone for South Annex. I've seen everyone.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you. May I be excused, please?
Yes, I'll see you this afternoon. Officer
Yes,
Mills?
I'll be logging on late because I have a 2 o'clock juvenile.
Okay, all right,
Yes.
see you this afternoon. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, the court will be in recess until someone from the jail returns.
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes,
So for position 23, I was told it was a medical reset. Is that? No, 23, the female, James Angela.
No, that's Matthews. He's gotta go. He's going in.
Okay, disregard, it's not a medical reset.
Your Honor, we have a robot, an officer that's roving to all these different floors. So you just gotta give him time to get to the floor to log on.
okay, that's fine. I see that we have 4 North here now.
Yeah, just give him
Okay.
time. Yeah,
Okay, thank you, that's fine.
all right.
They got number 38, Mr. Stevens.
Mr. Stevens, good morning. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. You have a conflict attorney. Unfortunately, we do not have any conflict attorneys available this morning for you to speak with. As such, your case is going to be reset until Thursday, 8/11. Okay, so we'll see you back on Thursday, sir.
I trust you, Judge Morrow. We can handle it now if you want to.
Given what the recommendation is, I'd prefer that your attorney be present, Mr. Stevens, okay?
Yes,
So,
sir.
All right, so,
Is it for the misdemeanors I had?
yes, this is for the disorderly conduct.
All right, thank you.
All right, okay, you'll be back on Thursday. Thank you, Mr. Stevens.
Yes, sir.
All right, going to 4-7 now. I'll be back on in just a second.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm finally back, thank God. Okay, but I got, position, add-on 1, Mr. Ferguson.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mr. Ferguson, I did speak with Mr. Segura, sorry about that. At this time, we would ask for a bond hearing, Your Honor. If Your Honor will hear, it should be pretty quick.
Okay, and has he already been arraigned?
No, but we will waive formal arraignment, Your Honor, and ask 10 days to file motions.
Say it again.
The lady in the courtroom, she said she's his legal guardian.
Okay, Ms. Brown Melcher, I have someone in court that says that she is his legal guardian. Is she in with us?
Sarge, is she outside? Is she outside? Oh, here she comes.
Yes, she's listening to it outside.
Oh, okay, all right, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, we're on the calendar now with them. Did you want to be present inside the courtroom? Because they could see you in here.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Ferguson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, I can hear and I can see you.
Okay, very good, Mr. Ferguson. Ms. Brown Melcher, if you will file your written waiver of arraignment for the court, and do we have the current bond?
It looks like he has $1,000 surety bond on the obstruction and a UJR on the fair evasion and the second count of obstruction.
It was a split bond.
I got you.
It was a split bond.
How do I have two counts of the same?
Mr. Ferguson, I'll give you a call and speak with you later, okay?
Mr. Howard, can you give me the history?
That's 6 adult arrests. 2021, ag battery, kidnapping, aggravated stalking. Open out of the cab. On probation for simple battery, DV out of the cab. I think got the cab hold too. Hold on, good. Battery conviction. He got a battery conviction in 2016. It was ag assault of the minute battery.
Mr. Howard, I believe that the court reporter is having difficulty hearing you when you turn that way.
Yeah, that's what the history is. It's not on paper, it's on the computer.
Okay.
What you need me to say?
Just speak up a little louder, Mr. Howard.
You need to start over? You need me to start over?
No, sir, just from this point forward.
Oh, that's all good.
Okay. Mr. Segura?
This case occurred on July the 21st, 2022 at the King Memorial Motor Station located at 377 Decatur Street, Southeast Atlanta. In this case, the defendant pushed through the tailgate of that motor by paying the required amount, and the police approached him. And when the police displayed his badge, Mr. Ferguson, the defendant, did not provide a valid identification card. And when he was told to put his hands behind his back, he put his hand away from the officer, snatched his left arm away from the officer, and then fled from him. At that point, another officer was on the scene, in which the defendant was also fled from. At that point, he was taken back down by that other officer and arrested. And the state is recommending that the surety bond, that's $2,000 split bond, which was a 1,000 surety of one of the obstruction, 100 signature on the other two charges, remain in place. The main concern would be that he'd be a danger to the community if he is left out on bond. As Peter has noted, in 2016, he has a battery conviction. Alongside, he also has a 2019 similar battery conviction. He also has that July 8th, 2021 open aggravated battery and kidnapping case. And Also, we have he also has a outstanding warrant for burglary charge from January the 18th of 2022. So because of this fact, we want to retain a surety bond. Thank you.
Is that the last thing that you mentioned, Mr. Segura? Is that a hold out of the cab?
Never check if it's a hold.
I have on his bond that he'll need to be transferred to DeKalb County if he makes bond. So I assume that there's a hold in DeKalb with regard to him.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. So what I'm going to do in this matter, Ms. Brown Melker, is I'm going to, and normally the court has the attorney prepare the bond modifications. So I'm going to release him to that hold in DeKalb. So it'll be, the signature bonds will remain the same and the good bond will be modified to a signature bond through the jail.
Yes, Your Honor.
So it'll be a total of a $2,000 signature bond through the jail with the stay away in place also from 377 Decatur Street, King Memorial MARTA Station. Okay, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so if you'll prepare that modification, Ms. Katrina Lewis is in court with me today, so if you can get that to her, I'll get it, we'll get it signed, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. And if Ms. Lewis could provide her email, and if Mr. Segura could also provide his email so I can CC him on that email to her.
Okay, we'll put that in the chat for you.
Thank you.
Okay, anything further on Mr. Ferguson this morning?
No, Your Honor, not at this time.
All right.
Attorney? That's his attorney who's representing him right now.
He didn't have a police card in his wallet, and I have his wallet. He had a police card in his wallet.
Okay, well, he's gotten a signature bond, so he's gonna be transferred to DeKalb County, okay? All right, thank you, ma'am, thank you. All right, let's see.
Your Honor, this is ASG Tortorello for behalf of the state. Will there be a stay away order for the MARTA as well on his signature bond?
Yes, I said that, 377 Decatur Street, King Memorial MARTA Station, is what it says on his original bond, Ms. Tortorella. Is
Thank you, Your Honor.
that what you wanted? Is that what you
Yes.
needed, Ms. Tortorella? Okay, yeah,
Thank you,
good.
Your Honor.
Yes, you're welcome, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, so thank you, Forest South. Do we have anyone? Do you have to go to another floor to get someone?
Number one, Mr. Adams.
Okay.
Your Honor, that concludes my business. May I be excused?
Yes, have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
How are y'all doing? Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Mr. Adams. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Could you repeat the last part, sir?
Yes, we're doing this by video. Is that fine with you?
It's fine. All right with me, sir.
Okay, can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Mr. Finley, an arraignment and a bond hearing?
That's correct, Judge.
All right, Mr. Adams, you've been charged in case 22 CR 004881Y with battery family violence. This charge carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and/or $1,000 fine. Do you waive formal reading of the accusation, Mr. Finley?
You, Judge.
How do you plead to this charge, Mr. Adams? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, sir.
Okay, we'll record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge, and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Let's see, I set this bond back on July 26th. It's $1,000 good bond. Mr. Howard, do we have Mr. Adams's history?
Last arrest was February for trespass. He's on probation in Lamar County for trespass. As an open obstruction and sale of marijuana out of the cab. Hold on. Got a 2018 Semper battery, first offender out of Clayton County. disorderly conduct, obstruction, convictions. 2018 probation violation. 2019 trespass NOLO. 2019 failure to appear for obstruction. Another trespass conviction, 2021. Failure to appear. And then this battery DV, that's it.
Mr. Segura?
And this occurred on July the 25th, 2022 at 897 Paulsons Street, Southwest Atlanta. In this case, please make contact with the victim, Miss Jasmine Dent. Jasmine, common spelling, Dent spelled D-E-N-T. And when she said that she and the reporting party and Miss Helen Payne were together at this, I believe it was a gas station for safety. When police talked to Miss Dent, they saw that Miss Dent had a visible knot in the middle of her forehead. And she said that she drove that in this incident, it began earlier in the day, incident date, and when she defended who was her boyfriend were together at Walmart. In this case, the defendant was annoyed at how slow she was walking, and thus he pushed her around in that store. And once they left Walmart and returned home, the defendant made comments to Ms. Dent about him finding a better looking girlfriend than her, which Ms. Dent responded with saying to go on and do it, which caused the defendant to get angry and resulted in the defendant slapping Ms. Dent in the face. At that point, the defendant also pushed Ms. Dent onto the bed and began striking her with a closed fist to her face. Ms. Dent attempted to defend herself and tried to fight back, and in the process ended up breaking the defendant's necklace. Once the defendant realized his necklace was broken, he stopped punching her. He got up, took his shirt off, and then resumed the attack and got back again on top of Ms. Dent as she attempted to block his blows. And in the process, he also grabbed a bottle of maple syrup and poured it on her. When Ms. Dent tried to run away, the defendant followed her around and tried to get into her way. And once Ms. Dent tried to run out of the house, he followed her and somehow got her to return back. And in that point, that's in the bathroom, is when she texted Miss Payne to try to inform her what occurred. And alongside, in that same moment, she also went to the kitchen, got a piece of paper, and wrote on it that she needed help and that she was in fear for her life. And in this case, the state is recommending that we retain the $1,000 surety bond with the conditions of no alcohol, drugs, and weapons were on bond, as they will find that instant location, and no further contact with Jasmine Dent. Our conditions are based on these facts, and also we have concerns about the safety of Ms. Dent. Backed on the information Ms. Dent gave us on the C court date, she said that they're no longer on the ship, but she also said that she does not fear the defendant, but she also must have no contact in the stairway. We were concerned about her safety because on the date of incident, she said she was afraid and she wrote a note saying that she was in fear for her life, but in the next day, she mostly tried to discount it. So this is concerning for us. Alongside the defendant, history is concerning to us. In 2018, he does have that simple battery case. And 2018 and 2019, he does have probation violations, which shows us that he's not followed the court orders. Alongside, we was concerned he'll be a flat risk and not return to court, as in 2019 and 2022, he does have 2 FTAs. And alongside, he does have an outstanding warrant for a May 2021 harassing communications. And we also concerned he is currently on probation. So because of that, we're asking to retain that surety bond. Thank you.
Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge. I am asking for a bond modification on behalf of Mr. Adams. As of now, as you know, Judge, you did set a 1,000 surety bond, which I do recognize is very much reasonable. That being said, I am asking for a signature bond on Mr. Adams' behalf. Mr. Adams does dispute these charges, Judge. He does have the money to pay the bond himself, but he does not have access to his bank card and has no one that is capable of helping him make bond. In his family, he is kind of the one that makes the most money and distributes the money he does make to help. He's 21 years old, Judge. He has a child that is one year old, and he has another child that is set to be born this month. Neither of those children are with Miss Dent, and he has no communication with Miss Dent. They have since broken up and has no plans and no want to continue any sort of communication with her. Mr. Adams is a very hardworking man, dedicated to his family. I spent a long time with him, and I just had to share this, that he works for Atlanta Peach Movers, where he works 6 days a week, 12 hours. His day starts at 5 a.m., where he walks to the MARTA station in Bankhead, takes that train to 5 Points, and takes that train all the way to the end of the line in Doraville. So that takes him about 2.5 hours to get to work by 7:30. He does this 6 days a week, and he sends half of that check to his daughter that's 1 year old. He has lots of family, Judge, in Georgia, so he does have community ties. And once again, he and Miss Dent have no reason to have communication. Those 2 children do not involve Miss Dent, and they have since broken up and no communication. So I did recognize the FTAs, but I really did stress with Mr. Adams. He's a young man, 21 years old, that it's how important it is to show up to court, and how, this is moot if he doesn't come to court. So that's why I asked for the signature bond, Judge.
All right, so I am going to modify Mr. Finland based on what you've represented to the court. It's going to, and if you'll prepare it, $5,000 signature bond through the jail. No further contact with Jasmine Dent. Stay away from 897 Parsons Street, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. So if you could unmute for me 4 South, please. Mr. Adams, based on what Mr. Finley has represented to me, I am going to modify your bond to give you a signature bond, but it's a high signature bond. That means that if you do not come back to court, or if you violate the terms in any way, and you get rearrested on this, instead of $1,000 bond, you're going to have a $5,000 bond. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? So if you get in any more trouble and you come back here, I'm modifying this so that you can get back to work and help your family out. But if you don't show back up, then you're going to be right in the same place you're in. You understand what I'm saying?
Thank you so much, Your Honor. I understand.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Anything further, Mr. Finley, Mr. Segura?
Further.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Adams.
Thank you so much. And good luck to y'all too. And y'all have a wonderful morning and evening.
You do the same.
All right, next we got 31 no, I'm sorry, we got position number 34, Mr. Robinson.
Okay.
That's a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Number 34, Mr. Robinson.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Robinson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar. We are conducting this calendar by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
You said what?
We're doing this by video. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, it's all right.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Okay, you can put your hand down, Mr. Robinson. Ms. King?
Yes, Your Honor. The negotiated terms are 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served 15 days with the balance probated, a sexual deviancy class, no further contact with Shanlevia Barber, SHANLEVIA, last name BARBER, and stay away from all MARTA locations.
Yes, Your Honor, that is our understanding of that plea. This is a probated sentence, so we are asking for those probation fees to be waived. And if the state is amenable, once he completes that class, if he can go non-reporting.
Ms. King?
Your Honor, I will defer to the court. While the defendant does not have an extensive history, the charge is alarming. So the state is inclined to not consent, but I will defer to Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to waive the fees, Ms. Helen, but he's going to have to be on probation the entire 12 months, okay?
Understood. Mr. Robinson, did you hear that?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood.
Probation for 12 months.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Robinson, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 004918B, you wish to plead guilty to one misdemeanor charge. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Robinson. I'm going to waive the fees for you while you're on probation, but you'll have to be on probation for the entire 12 months. All right, good luck to you, sir.
All right, on my way to the third floor now. Be back on about, hopefully about 2 minutes.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to, While we have a minute, would you all like to go over the calendar?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Position number one, defendant was arraigned. The case, it's gonna be set for we set for jury trial further notice. His bond was modified. Position number two was a plea. Position number three, waive arraignment. And I'm assuming all these are waive arraignments I will be receiving in an email.
Got position
correct.
number
I'm actually
28,
about to
Mr.
submit
Lewis.
those to you.
Hold on. We'll continue with the calendar in a moment. Let me go ahead and do 3 South. I'm sorry, 3 South. Who do we have?
28.
How you doing, Dean? How you doing, man?
This is 28, Your Honor. Mr. Lewis.
Okay, this is only an arraignment, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Lewis. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state court, this is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, first of all, good morning, Judge, and good morning, State.
Good morning. Can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. Lewis? You swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You can put your hand down. Thank you. Mr. Lewis, you've been charged in case 22 CR 004634E with simple assault and simple battery and battery. Each of these charges carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and/or $1,000 fine. Do you waive formal reading of the accusation, Ms. Helen?
I do, Judge.
How do you plead to these charges, Mr. Lewis? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
We'll record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Thank you, Mr. Lewis.
All right, next we got 33, Mr. Richardson.
And 33 is a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Richardson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can put your hand down, Mr. Richardson. Thank you. Ms. King?
Yes, Your Honor. The negotiated terms are 12 months to serve 18 days, credit for time served 9 days with the balance prorated, an 8-week anger management course, no further contact with Charlene Greer, CHARLENE GRIER, and a stay away from the Westlake MARTA station located at 80 Anderson Avenue, Southwest in Atlanta.
Yes, Your Honor. That's our understanding of the plea. We do stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID. It's a probated sentence. I am asking for those probation fees to be waived. And that once the 8 anger management courses are completed, if the state's amenable, if it can be non-reporting.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Richardson, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 004943G, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anybody forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Richardson. I'm going to waive the fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you complete the terms, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Richardson.
Thank you. All right, on my way to medical next. Be back on in about 30 seconds.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
So we'll hold since he's going to be right back and go over the calendar at the, when we're done with position 23. Okay,
Yeah, just found out that, number 23, Miss James, she just moved back to Union City. So she'll be logging back on shortly.
I'm sorry, say it again for me.
23, he's talking about.
Yes.
She moved back to Union City. It should be logging back on shortly.
Oh, okay, so she's at Union City, okay. All right, so she's the last one that we're waiting for, so thank you.
No problem.
What about, okay, I know, I gotta ask that question for that one. Yeah, she's the last one, that's right. Because we can go over the calendar there. Go back.
Okay, so while we're waiting on Union City, let's continue the calendar if you all don't mind.
Okay. I'm starting off from the original calendar. So, going back to position number 1 on the original calendar.
Is everyone with us that wants to be with us?
I'm sorry.
I see Ms. Tortorella, but anybody else? Okay, I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure you're listening. You don't have to.
Of course. Thank you.
Okay, position number 1 on the original calendar. Defendant was arraigned in cases reset for trial further notice. The bond was modified. Position number 2 was a plea. Position number 3, waive arraignment. We set for trial further notice. I guess I'll be expecting paperwork on that. Position number 4 is reset for the SAP for August the 16th. Position number 5 is reset for August the 23rd. SAP. Position number 6 was Norcross. Position number 7 is reset for MMC Court, which is Mental Health Court, August 11th. Position number 8, defendant waived, defendant was arraigned, cases reset for trial further notice. Position number 9 was a plea. Position number 10 is reset for August the 23rd SAP. Position number 11 is reset for August the 23rd SAP. Position number 12 was a plea. Position number 13 reset for August the 23rd SAP. Position number 14, waive arraignment, reset for trial further notice. I need paperwork. Position number 15 was a plea. Position number 16, defendant was loaned out to Grady's, reset for Tuesday SAP, August the 16th. Position 17, reset for August the 16th SAP. Position number 18 was a plea. Position number 19 was a plea. Position number 20 reset to August 11th SAP as an add-on for a conflict attorney. Position number 21 was a plea. Position number 22 is reset also for August 11th SAP for a attorney, conflict attorney. We're still holding on position 23. Position number 24, same announcement on the previous one. SAP August 11 add-on for a conflict attorney. Position number 25 is reset for September the 6th competency calendar. Position number 26 was a plea, also a plea on the 19 CR 005926Y case. Position number 27, reset for SAP August 11, add-on for a conflict attorney. Position number 28, defendant was arraigned. Case is reset for trial further notice. Position 29 was a plea. Position 30, reset for SAP add-on August 11th. Position 31 was a plea. Position number 32, I see it's supposed to be transferred to Superior Court, but I have not received no paperwork indicating that information. With that,
I'll get on it.
So is it transfer or not transfer, ma'am?
It's been accepted, but I guess the paperwork is still in transition, but it has been officially accepted by John Turner and the DA's office.
Okay, because I will need to make send some paperwork over to the jail for this case from this calendar. So. Position number 33 is a plea. Position number 34 is a plea. Position number 35 is a plea. Position number 36 is a plea. Position number 37 reset for SAP August the 16th. Position number 38 reset for Thursday, SAP, August 11th for a conflict attorney. Now, position 39, I don't know if y'all aware of, but that individual is just a weekend reporter at the jail.
Right.
So do y'all want to, since it's a time served plea, to put him on an SEA counter to take that plea?
No.
No,
My,
he's not gonna be present for no SAP counter because he's a report on Fridays at 6 p.m. and he's released on Sundays at 6 p.m. He's a weekend reporter at the jail, so he's not being held on this charge at the jail. If y'all want to try to entertain a plea on it, on a day I could think of for y'all to catch him would be on a Saturday SEA counter. And I'm just throwing it out there.
that would be fine, because you're correct. We wouldn't be able to catch him any other way.
So just let whoever working the SEA counter, let them know that that case will be a plea August the 13th. Because I know y'all, how y'all say y'all don't represent people for pleas on those counters. So I'm just letting you know.
Does the defendant want to accept it, or do we not know?
Well, I don't know because nobody had a chance to talk to him because he's only present at the jail on the weekends.
Okay, well, at this point, if he's not being held on the charge, then that case should be going before the trial division judge.
Yes, it can. It can go back to the original judge for Judge Baylor. It can return back to his division. Is that what y'all want, PD?
Yeah, so we're just agreeing that if we get another weekender case, they're all going to go back to the division judge.
This is the first time I haven't seen one reported to the jail on the weekend on his counter. So normally when that happens, the case does go back to the return to the original judge, depends on what they're asking for in the case. But y'all haven't even had a chance to communicate with this individual. So he's not being held on jail for this charge.
I'd like it to go back to Judge Mather.
Mather?
And we'll inform the PDs in that court that that case is coming.
Okay.
And the state does not object.
Okay, so let's just reset further notice, return back to the original judge. All right, thank you for that clarification. Position number 40 is reset for September the 6th competency calendar. The add-on number 1 is reset further notice. The bond was modified, case is returned back to the original judge for trial further notice. And position 2 and 3 on the add-on is reset for next Tuesday, SAP counter, August the 16th. Any questions or concern or any other?
I just got a message from the FC State Court, unless you guys have already received that.
He must be only directing it to you.
Oh, no, it's FC State Court to everyone. Does everybody see that? 11:17 a.m. It says, I think his time is up. They need to correct the jail screen.
Mr. Jordan, are you talking about the guy I just mentioned for the weekend?
Yes, that was me. If you look at the jail screen, it shows that he completed this on 3/15/2020.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I think they just need to clean up the jail screen.
Yeah, I looked at the weekend and I saw that he was supposed to report, but they had a lot of days that he had missed, so I wasn't certain how many more days were he supposed to complete. So
Yeah, the status says completed on 3/15/2020, but they still showing him as an intimate
weekend, yeah,
2
okay.
years later.
Okay, well, he'll just go back to the original judge. That's fine.
Okay.
So that's no problem. No problem at all. My only concern right now, Ms. King, is me getting that transfer order for that position for the jail.
Understood.
Any more paperwork needs to come towards me at this time. If you have time, please send it to me. All waivers, all non-process. I think I received all the non-process so far.
Okay. So we're just holding on the, until the South Annex.
Medical, I believe medical. She's at the Rice Street Jail. Medical.
He said that they
He just informed us, medical came on and informed us that she'd been transferred back to
South
South
Annex.
Annex.
Okay.
Which position was that, Judge? I'll give them a call.
Position 23, Angela James. All right.
Okay.
All right, so we're just holding on that case.
And position 5, is it being reset to the SAP or the MMC calendar? Because I saw that it was a medical reset.
Yeah, I need to Mr. Finley, and I guess Ms. Helen, I see a lot of cases that had MH next to them. Are y'all certain y'all want them on that Tuesday counter, or y'all want them on a competency counter? I meant to ask that earlier.
Which-
The counter.
So for the competency calendar, we first submit an order and referral, and then we give a date for them to be reset on the competency calendar. If it's a medical reset, we want to first see them to see if they need a mental health evaluation. If not, we just do a 1-week reset. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah, it's the same thing with me. I'm gonna have a social worker meet with them, and then depending on what the social worker says.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, I was just questioning, because I did see that y'all had that noted on your announcement. So, but I didn't see no paperwork, like you said, I didn't see no orders process on them for any MHE.
And
So
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I for any MH notes, I guess that may be personal notes, but for anybody that we know we want to request a mental health evaluation, we first have the social worker go, and then we submit a referral and order. But as far as notes on the announcements, we do the process with the social workers.
Okay, and I did receive 2 orders for position, let's see.
Miss Samaya.
Position 25 and position number 40. I did receive the orders for valuations on them. That's correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm assuming those needs to be reset to the competency counter if we didn't say that already.
Yeah, we did, and we gave the date.
Yeah, okay, we're good.
all right, and then for position 5, again, just to clarify, it's reset to the SAP calendar.
That's
Right.
correct.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll wait till South Annex comes on.
Ms. Lewis, the documents have been sent to you.
Thank you.
Is this?
No, I don't know.
Officer Melton?
Yes.
Yes, I apologize. She's an intake. I just got off of another court. I'm going to get her.
Okay, we'll be waiting for you.
Thank you
Thanks.
for your patience.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Your Honor. Your Honor. Okay, stay right there.
Yes. And this is Ms. James.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Ms. James. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Sir?
We're doing this by video. Is that okay with you?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm having some problem with my camera.
Okay, sir. Take your time.
There we go. So are you able to raise your right hand for me?
I'll try.
Okay, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Is this a negotiated plea, Ms. Helen?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. King?
The negotiated terms are 12 months to serve 20 days, credit for time served 10 days with the balance probated, a 6-week anger management course, no further contact with Nayeli Arredondo, Nayeli Arredondo, and a stay away from the East Point MARTA station located at 2848 East Main Street in East Point.
Yes, Your Honor, that is our understanding of the plea. It is a probated sentence. We are asking for all of the probation fees to be waived. And since it's a probated sentence, once she completes the conditions, if it can go non-reporting, Your Honor.
Any objection to non-reporting, Ms. King?
No objection.
Can you explain it again for me, please? Because that went right over my head. I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's my understanding that the negotiated plea, Ms. James, is for a guilty plea to simple battery. It's going to be 12 months to serve 20 days, and you're getting credit for time served, which will be 10 days, which means that the jail gives you 2 for 1. The balance is going to be probated. You're going to have a 6-week anger management class and no further contact and a stay away. Okay, so that is my understanding of what the negotiated plea is. Do you have any questions about that?
So that means I walk tomorrow then, is that it?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your question, Ms. James.
Yes, sir. Please explain it to me, sir, because you know what, sir? I don't appreciate ambiguity, sir. I do not.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do, Ms. James. I'm going to let you speak with Ms. Helen, who is your attorney, so that you can ask her any questions that that you need to ask her. So
I'll call.
Okay, you can either call or she's the only one we have left, Ms. Helen. We can either
Sure.
put in the breakout room or you can call, whichever you prefer.
I'll call.
Okay.
Breakout, please. Breakout, please.
Oh.
Okay, okay.
All right, I got you.
Okay.
We're already on position 23, Your Honor.
Okay, did Ms. James get all of the questions answered, Ms. Helen?
Yes, Your Honor, she's ready to proceed.
Okay, so Ms. James, it's my understanding in case 22 CR 004927A, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery, is that correct? You're on mute, Officer Milton. Officer Milton, you're on mute.
You're muted, officer.
Sir, I did not do anything, sir. I truly did not, sir.
Okay, it's my understanding, Ms. James, that you wish to plead guilty to simple battery. Is that correct?
No, sir, I'm not pleading guilty to no simple battery, sir. I did not do
Okay,
it.
okay, I understand, Ms. James, so.
Judge, what I'm gonna request is a 1-week reset. I'm gonna have a social worker go out and visit Ms. James.
Okay, so we'll reset this until the 16th.
Correct, Judge?
No, sir, you cannot do this to me. You cannot absolutely do this to me, sir.
Okay,
Sir, I never get a chance to tell you my side of the story, sir, and that's unfair.
well, you
That's
have,
totally unfair.
you have an attorney that's representing you, so let her do her job, Ms. James, okay? She'll be talking with you. Thank you, Officer Milton. We'll see you this afternoon.
Yes, sir. Come on, let's go.
Wow, America is total fabrication.
All right, so that completes the calendar. Thank you all, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, Judge.
Take care, Your
Have
Honor.
a good rest of the day.
Thank you, Judge.